Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Siboga TV, which is your number one online political channel. Today we want to have a candid discussion about what is happening in our nation. That means Kenya. The Gen Zs have said that Ruto must go. And tomorrow, they will be on the streets of this republic. And yesterday, when the president was being interviewed in State House, he said that if tomorrow the Gen Zs are going to be peaceful, then there will be no any need for him to deploy the military on our streets. And he put it very clear that we have Gen Zs who are honestly demonstrating so that their issues can be heard by those who are in authority. But we also have criminals who always take advantage of those peaceful kind of demonstrations. So the president actually told the Gen Zs that tomorrow, once they will be on the streets, they will be police. And the purpose of the police is actually to secure them so that they can be able to demonstrate peacefully, to air out their grievances, so that those in authority can actually hear them clearly. So that is actually what I want us to share this evening about the Gen Zs. What are the Gen Zs speaking? They are speaking about corruption, which is actually rampant in our government. They are talking about misuse of public money from the government covers. They are actually talking about very many youths who have lacked employment. They are also saying that this republic, we are borrowing a lot. And those money which we are borrowing probably from World Bank, IMF, and the money is being stolen to personal individuals. They are actually talking about governance in this nation. And because youths are talking about all that, today I was actually on social media trying to see and trying to understand what are the Gen Zs talking about. I personally, I was in X space from last evening. And this morning I was also in the X space trying to hear the conversation about the Gen Zs. I also went to Facebook and other social media. But there is one thing that I came across, which actually I want to share with you. One of the Gen Zs had to write this. When one of the Gen Zs said that, is Sakayo suffering because of all the wrong deeds which have been cultivated in this nation, which have been made to grow until now? Is William Samoei Ruto facing a backlash because of all those evils which has actually been done since independence up to date. So that is one of the Gen Z who wrote that. And another Gen Z had to write this, and I am going to read to you what he had to write. Please listen to this. Hata Yesu alilia akisulubishwa na hakuwa amefanya kosa lolote. Aliumia kwa makosa ya wengine, but he had to persevere for your benefit. So the same thing is happening to Ruto now. Analia na kuumia kwa makosa ya wengine, the previous presidents, but he also has to persevere and struggle to bring a better tomorrow. Don't you see one common thing between Jesus and Ruto? They are saviors, and they were both betrayed. Endeleeni tu kumtukana na kumtemea mate na kumdunga na mikuki. He will finally resurrect, and you will not believe. Don't be too fast to judge, cause Ruto leo akiamua kutoka kwa hiyo kiti, who are you going to replace with him that you are very, very much sure he or she is going to make everything okay? Nakwambia mwenye ataingia next, hadi mutatafuta Gen Z as wasaidiane na Gen Z kwa maandamano. So this Gen Z is trying to paint William Samoei Ruto and equate him to Jesus. That what is happening to William Samoei Arap Ruto is that the burden of all the years which has passed since independence, because there is a lot of things which have been happening which are bad, which has accumulated. And now it is William Samoei Ruto who is actually being blamed for all those things. Is it true that that is what is happening as this Gen Z is trying to put? And this Gen Z is saying that William Samoei Ruto must accept the pain, because at a certain point, somebody must take responsibility. And he's telling actually the Gen Zs to go slow. And they must understand that if William Samoei Ruto could step aside, who is going to take that place? Who is better than William Samoei Ruto? Who could make sure that unemployment is a thing of the past? Corruption is a thing of the past. That misuse of public resources is a thing of the past. Because the Gen Zs are speaking loudly. And actually there are 9 points. Everybody accept with it. But who is going to take the burden? And who is going to make sure that this government is going to move forward in a good direction? That is what some of the Gen Zs are asking. Because the Gen Zs are saying, yote yawezekana bila Ruto. But who is going to replace Ruto? If Ruto will decide today that enough is enough, I'm going to step aside, who is going to be the savior? And that is why that Gen Z has told William Samoei Ruto that persevere, because even Jesus was prosecuted for having done nothing wrong. And when I was looking at this conversation, it really touched me how we are going about this nation. That it is time that we must all of us have a conversation, and a candid conversation, a conversation which is not the same as all the conversation which we have been having thereafter. Because in this republic, we have been having conversations, but those conversations cannot actually be implemented so that our nation can be a better place to live. Then we also have to ask about our systems. Are our systems independent? Are our systems doing what they are supposed to do? Or is it just about William Samoei Arap Ruto? That is also another thing we have to ask ourselves. Because it looks like the whole system of this republic is being condemned. But we, the people who are condemning that system, have we made a change by ourselves? Have we changed ourselves so that at least we can condemn the system? So that is what this youth or this Gen Z was trying to put across. And when there was that conversation, I chipped in and asked, what do you think should be done better about our country? And I asked, is William Samoei Ruto probably resignation? Is it the thing which will make Kenya to be a better place? And there was a very heated conversation because we had people who were saying Ruto should go. We also had people who were saying that is not the solution. The solution is we must pressurize William Samoei Ruto to act. And that is why we have some of the Gen Zs outside here who are saying that we don't need a conversation. We just need William Samoei Arap Ruto to act, to make correction to all the mistakes which have been happening in our history. And there's also another question. Is William Samoei Ruto ready to take responsibility? And very many agencies, that's where they say that if William Samoei Arap Ruto cannot actually take responsibility, then it is time for him to resign so that we can have proper elections. But there is also another question which has always been raised. Currently, we don't have IBC. If we will be able to break our parliament, we dissolve our parliament, we tell people, all leaders to go home, then how are we going to achieve our dreams of making Kenya to be better? Because we don't have IBC in place, which can conduct election in this country. So what the agencies are trying, the conversation are trying to bring across is acceptable, but there are various questions around it. And before those questions are answered, then there is a possibility that we are not going to achieve what we want. We will be making noise. We go home. We come another day, we make noise. We go home. And Kenya is not going to be a better place to live. My fellow listeners, the Gen Zs have spoken loud and clear, and everybody agree. But how do we go forward from here? Should we have a conversation like those conversations we have been having before? Should we tell our leaders to go home and then what? What do you think we Kenyans must do with all the Gen Zs actually being involved? I would like you to drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to pump into this YouTube channel, I request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video thumbs up. Share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then it is good to request them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for those ones who have actually subscribed to our YouTube channel, I say thank you. May God bless you all abundantly, because you always inspire us to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. And with that, I say thank you until we meet in our next conversation. And tomorrow, I will always bring you about the news, about the Gen Zs, what will be happening the whole day. So please follow the conversation about the Gen Zs tomorrow. And with that, I say thank you. May God bless you all abundantly. Goodbye.